triple or nothing AEW Tag Team Championship match with the Young Bucks against Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland and Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks. And I thought it was worth noting that Keith Lee had tweeted over the weekend on Saturday, writing, "Today I request prayers for two of my brothers. Scary things are about and rough times have taken over. If you are struggling, I offer positive thoughts and this scream of frustration for you. None of us will tap out. Let us fight." And then yesterday he wrote, "Got some very much less than stellar news today. No matter the results, tomorrow's match belongs to my two brothers. It's all I can do until I return. Love you boys." So I don't know any more details.
He cut a promo after Dynamite went off the air today, and I haven't heard it. It's up online right now, but I am reading some notes about it, and I believe one of his friends, he said he just found out is battling stage 4 colon cancer, and that's who tonight's main event was dedicated to. I haven't seen a note from the second, if there's anything beyond that, but
right.
Chat room let me know. But that is what, at least some of what he said today.
All right. Well, there is putting that into context. So the main event starts off, and early on, Nick Jackson and Swerve are mirroring each other on the floor with kip-ups. And then we have Matt Jackson doing his Northern Lights, and then Lee enters. Keith Lee just played like this building that could fly, and that was his role. And then he would run into another building in Powerhouse Hobbs.
That would have been his other name if he stuck around in the main roster.
Bill Ding.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they could say, and in this corner, Bill and the bell rings.
Wow, you're thinking, and you're playing 4D chess.
He's
there, Don.
Bill Ding.
Oh,
Not
goodness.
ding the word, it's ding the sound. I'm tired. So, man, this is one of those matches where I think I have about 500 words here of recapping this match. It was a spectacular three-way match. Powerhouse Hobbs, I thought he looked great in different parts of this match. When he landed this frog splash on Keith Lee, it wasn't just landing the frog splash. Dude, it was like 3/4 of the way across the ring. This dude flew off the top. It was rather spectacular. Hobbs later gets Nick on his shoulders, and Starks, who was really over to this crowd, did a rope walk into a cutter on Nick for a 2 count. The Bucks then put Lee down to one knee after multiple super kicks, and Lee just stands up looking so powerful. And then Starks joins them, and it's a triple super kick onto Keith Lee, and Starks joins the Young Bucks posing for the hard camera when the Bucks then super kick Starks and send him out. We get the tag belt is brought into the ring by Matt, and he is stopped when Starks returns and super kicks him. And we kind of have the belt is just hot potato here until Keith Lee tosses it away. Matt is able to low blow Swerve and then hits belt shots to Lee and Hobbs and one to Swerve. Swerve kicks out. There's the BTE trigger. Starks returns for a save. And then the Bucks set up for a Meltzer driver. And as Nick rotates, Keith Lee stands in front and catches him, and this leads to a swerve stomp onto Matt for a huge near fall when the save is made. Hobbs then takes one by one. He takes guys and spine busters them on top of Keith Lee, just one after the other to try and destroy him. Swerve is almost hit with Rochambeau, but stops it, spears one of the Bucks, and then we see Keith Lee take Matt Jackson's shoe and use it as a weapon. He sends Hobbs over the top. A lot of this is jumbled because I'm looking at the time. It's like 9:59 and they are not sprinting towards the finish. It's like, man, we've got our match here that we've got to do. So
it really helped with the false finishes because I'm like, oh yeah, it's 10 o'clock. That's got to be the finish.
You were naturally buying on everyone because of the time.
Yeah.
Swerve did his spot where he kicks off of Keith Lee's chest with the moonsault to the floor. And then we see Starks get pounced by Keith Lee. And it's like, it's 10 o'clock. And Keith Lee runs the ropes and we get the tope con liro to the floor.
Oh.
Followed by a swerve stomp onto Ricky Starks, and they pin Starks. Your new tag team champions are Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. 18 minutes and 14 seconds. And dude, Jim Ross can't even get it out that we have new tag team champions. We get a quick plug for Rampage and we're out of here. There was no time to celebrate this. It was right up until the last second.
They I'm sure they were struggling, but by the end they got all their shit in, and it was fantastic. It really was. No other way to put this. A match like this. It was. I think everything you expect from like a Bucks match, constant activity, very creative spots, except you have different elements there. And somebody like Swerve Strickland is his name now. That is every bit, the high flyer and I think acrobat and finesse technician that Nick Jackson is. And then you have Powerhouse Hobbs and Keith Lee, two giants who are more than capable of working this particular style. To me, those two are the guys that stood out the most. Keith Lee in particular, who I thought gained a whole lot in a match like this. And knowing what was at stake for him personally, I think you can understand all the more reason why he delivered such a tremendous performance tonight.
Yeah, I thought it was a really entertaining main event. I would say this and the Moxley Takeshita matches I thought were really spectacular on this episode of Dynamite.
So where do we go here? The Bucks were not pinned. Rematch?
I think that's one direction you can go, of having the Young Bucks, claim that they didn't lose. There's also like, when you get around after Death Before Dishonor, in theory, you'll have like FTR back in the mix of things, and maybe the Bucks, you just keep them busy right now with like Swerve and Keith Lee.
I'm hoping they get a good run before we go to FTR, because I think FTR is if you remember last week's segment, people were chanting FTR. Nobody was talking about FTR after this tonight, after the match that these six had. Mm-hmm. I hope Lee and Swerve get a good run out of it. I think you can wait till next year even to do the FTR run, because once they get the belts, I think it'll be permanent for a long time too. So yeah, no, I'm curious to see what set of challengers they have. Who do we have on the horizon for heels in the tag team division? Like,
I mean, you've
the Red Dragon, wait, Fish they're both injured.
They're
aren't
both
they?
well, Kyle's Kyle's hurt.
Oh man.
So
okay.
Yeah, that kind of, for this tag division that has been so deep for so long. I mean, you're talking about like, you don't have Santana Ortiz,
Gun Club.
Yeah, that's.
But they're pretty low on the totem pole. Yeah,
they
acclaimed. Mox and Brian were partners. They seem to be doing, but Mox is clearly busy right now.
Danielson is also out, so that's
yeah.
Very,
okay. Well,
I think honestly, you can stay with like this kind of grouping at the moment. This is also like set up, like the Young Bucks were the ones that set this match up last week. Like they came out and set up the three-way, and it was their demise. Like they fell to the three-way rules where they didn't get pinned, but they lost the titles. So there's a natural claim, and you could come back with that on TV. You could do that Battle of the Belts. Yeah, I'm curious if Battle of the Belts is like more of a priority, or if it's sort of what we have seen recently, of where it's another hour of Rampage.
I get the feeling that like they've had two shots at it now, and they both felt relatively inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. So I feel like this will be similar.